On the stage of a cabaret, Mr. K is doing his magic act. His tricks are quite impressive, but sadly, the crowd isn't paying any attention to him. Sometime later, Mr. K arrives at a hotel in the middle of nowhere, where the manager's dog growls at him. Tomorrow morning, he's supposed to perform at a cafe in the area, but the manager refuses to give him directions before they do the check-in. She takes him to his room and explains all the rules. In the hallway, Mr. K sees a kid around the corner and does a little trick that sends out a butterfly, but the child runs away when the manager glares at him. Afterward, Mr. K tries to settle down, but he's shocked to find a pair of legs sticking out from under the bed. He takes a closer look and finds an old guy staring back at him. Without a word, the man crawls out and leaves the room. Then, Mr. K hears a noise and opens the wardrobe, where he finds a maid hiding. She also leaves the room without saying anything. Mr. K looks out the door and sees the two intruders talking, but they leave when they notice him, too. When K unpacks his suitcase, he finds his poster and tears it in half. He doesn't see something moving under the wallpaper or the water leak. The next morning, he gets ready to leave, and when he comes across the maid, he pranks her by startling her. As he walks down the corridor, he notices the word Liberator written in red on the wall. He keeps walking and walking, but he can't find the exit, and every turn he takes is a dead end. Suddenly, he hears a strange noise in the pipes, which start shaking. Soon, the entire building is shaking, and the lights start flickering while the weird noise echoes in the walls. Small panels in the walls then open, and a bunch of musicians come out playing their instruments very loudly. They walk toward Mr. K, who immediately takes off and is freaked out by the band following him. He finds some stairs and goes to the next floor, only for the musicians to follow him there too. An old lady has come out to see what the noise is about, and K takes the chance to hide with her. He closes the room and turns around to learn that it's two ladies before he passes out. Moments later, Mr. K wakes up on the couch. The ladies introduce themselves, and they offer him some coffee. They're delighted to hear that K is a magician and want to know if he saws people in half. Feeling uncomfortable, Mr. K announces he has to go. So, the sisters take him to the floor map. He finds the "You Are Here" spot, but still no exit. The sisters tell him they haven't left the hotel for years because the stairs are too much for their old legs, and they have everything they need here. They apologize for not being able to help him and tell him he should visit the oracle. Mr. K makes a flower appear for them before leaving. After he crosses a few more corridors, the lights start flickering again, and he sees some kids running around. Melinda moves from one room to another, and Mr. K tries going after her to ask for help, but the door is closed. While he's distracted, the kids steal one of his suitcases and hide in a room. Mr. K rushes to follow them. However, when he opens the door, he only finds a closet. At that moment, the band appears at the end of the corridor, and two waiters rush into the closet. So Mr. K follows them. Now, he finds himself in a room with the band and is seen by Gaga, who calls him a new guest before dragging him to the main table. He's too worried about his suitcase, so Gaga goes looking for the kids while the waiters keep offering him food. Whenever K tries to look into the other room, a guy on the table keeps moving to block his vision and talks about how amazing Gaga is. Soon, she comes back without the suitcase and starts talking about art, saying that her musicians are on the tour of the century. Then Gaga gets ready for her bath, and the band leaves the room, pushing Mr. K out of it in the process. The crowd takes over the hallway, filling it with chaos. Mr. K sees the time and realizes he's lost his appointment. A waiter trips and puts a tray in his hand. So, Melinda puts him in line with the other waiters and takes them downstairs to the kitchen. After she puts an apron on him, Mr. K is pushed into the assembly line where dozens of cooks are getting food ready. Anton explains that Melinda is the head chef's daughter, and that K is lucky to have this job because it's hard to get accepted here. To try to convince the cooks that he isn't another employee, Mr. K starts making tricks with some eggs and even juggles them. However, Melinda only tells him to be on time for work tomorrow. After the shift is over, Mr. K is taken to the bedroom where all the employees drink and fall asleep in a pile. He has a weird dream about a bleeding crack on a wall. In the morning, Anton wakes K up, and he's shocked to find himself in old clothes instead of his fine suit. So, Anton takes pants from another worker for him to wear. In the kitchen, Mr. K hears the pipes make some weird noises, but Anton tells him not to worry because there's been trouble with the water system lately. Tired of waiting, Mr. K tries to leave the kitchen, only for Melinda to suddenly drag him into the storeroom. She pushes him against the furniture and has her way with him. Afterward, Mr. K is sent to the chef's office and forced to hear a long lecture about eggs. He shares a drink with K, saying that he likes him and that he's really talented, so he may share all his knowledge with him. Later in the room, Anton is surprised to see that Mr. K came back with some books that the chef gave him. While Anton takes a book to learn a bit, too, Mr. K uses the bubbles in the room to do some tricks. At that moment, he hears the pipe noises again, so he leaves the room to investigate. After locking the door, he hears the noise again and opens his arms to try to touch both walls at the same time to no avail. Then K goes to the bathroom, obviously closing the door for privacy. Suddenly, the knob starts shaking, and it doesn't stop until Mr. K says it's occupied. Then a voice talks and whispers, asking K if he's real and if the rumors of him being the liberator are true. As the voice says that there isn't much time, the lid on the bottom of the door is pushed off, and a bunch of hands reach inside. Mr. K kicks them while saying they must have confused him for someone else. Yet the hands keep pulling at his leg. It isn't until K says he's no one that the hands disappear. Afraid and confused, he decides to spend the night in the bathroom. In the morning, Anton comes to pick him up for work, and Mr. K ends up puking. Then K notices that the word liberator has appeared on these walls too. Anton thinks it's just a prank from vandals, and the duo goes to the kitchen. While working, Anton shares that he's been at the hotel for 7 years and he can't remember the last time he was outside, so he doesn't know where the exit is either. At that moment, the dog appears by K's feet, and soon the manager enters the kitchen. Mr. K tries to follow her, but after a few turns, he loses sight of her. Then K goes to the chef's office and tries to quit, hoping someone will kick him out. However, the chef offers him a promotion to make him stay. K turns it down, causing the chef to cry and beg on his knees. When the man hugs Mr. K, he asks him to trust him.